Before we start off with today's episode, make sure to check out the Fuku store below and use the discount code for 20% off your entire purchase. Fuku.xyz. Be bold, be you. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be looking at BTOB with, wow, all the way from 2012. Quite an old video. It's actually nearly 10 years old, and that's amazing. I love to see what K-pop groups did in the past. So I would just say, let's start with today's video. Before we start with today's video, I do want to say that I just hope that I can make my intros a little bit shorter. I just want to get right into the topic and get right into the videos because I spend a lot of time analyzing these videos, and let's not waste people's time. Time is value, especially in today's economy. Let's go. That was such a cool little intro. I don't know if these were all shots from different elements that are going to come throughout the MV, but it's nice. It gives a very quick glimmer on what we are about to see. I like that. Nice. Okay, before we continue that, there's something weird about the set that I just don't understand. Like, this staircase just looks so awkward. Like, isn't me or... This has to be fake. Now, yeah, of course, this has to be a set, but where does it lead into? Like, it looks like it leads into the ceiling? I don't know. It's just a bit weird in my opinion, but let's continue. I love the red. Pops out very cool. Okay, that's very interesting what we're seeing. I love the type of vibe they're going for. You know, a little bit like, yeah, look at us, kind of cool. I want to check something out because super sharp. And then this just looks very pixelated. I don't know what happened, but it seems like they tried to digitally zoom into a very old type of video. And it just makes everything look pixelated because the more you zoom in and the more the pixels become visible on your video. Really weird that this is a little bit pixelated. Like, why did they not just do this in the production itself? You know, like get close to them and then slowly walk away. Bit weird. Oh, look, there even again. Really, there. Look, it's just something weird about it. It just doesn't look sharp anymore. And then it goes into sharp. Really weird. The color tones are great. Like, it really just shows that these color tones are still present today. They are still trending. They're coming back again. These beautiful, warm, creamy colors. The one thing that I see, though, as an issue in this MV is literally their skin tones. It's just a little bit too warm. It just looks unnatural, and it also just looks a little bit too much like the walls where they are placed at the moment. So the location. I don't know what it is. I just want to, you know, move my shoulders to this beat. I don't even know what the song is about yet. Is there actually subtitles? There is no subtitles. So we're just going to guess what it is about at the end of this video. I like how rough the shots are. You can clearly see that the shots are all handheld or something is moving it quite roughly because you see these little bounces, so someone is walking. And it could be that back then they were just using a very old gimbal system that is just not very good programmed, and that's because back then the technology wasn't just good. And yeah, that is the one explanation for it, but it's just a bit, I don't know, it feels as if it's sometimes really too shaky. Like unintentional shaky. One sec. I want to check something out as well, actually, that is over here. I don't know. What? Why is the floor here? Do you guys see that? You guys don't see it, but there's something about the location that just seems like the windows, for example, like it gives it away that this is a studio. You know, windows have a 3D texture to it, and the chance that windows look like this is very slim, especially when they are external windows like this, you know, that are on the outside of the house. They wouldn't look as thin as this. This is just looks a bit, I don't know, there's something about it just makes this look too much like a studio. Yeah, the vibrations is the thing that bothers me a little bit too much. It's a little bit too harsh. They're not gentle vibrations or movements. It really just bounces up and down quite hard. Well, these shots are very smooth, really beautiful to look at. Look at those hairs though, you know, like look at their hairstyles. Let's go back there again. Oh my god. Like, You can really see that this was the 2012, 2009, 2008, maybe even 2006. I've never gone that far back, but this was that era when people had the most weirdest of hairstyles. We should really just make a video that is based on hairstyles on all different MVs from this time, like who had the weirdest hairstyle. Not the weirdest, the funkiest. So the clear difference in this video is that the more blue part, aka what we look at right now, is more or less the storytelling, while when it comes to the more brown part or the more warmer section, it's all about the choreography, about the music. I like that split. And let's see where it goes to it, because at the moment I'm literally clueless on the story, but it looks like this girl is literally hitting on everyone. Who is this guy in the red, by the way? He really looks as if he's the one enjoying it the most. There's something about it. Where is he? This guy. Who is he? He really just looks like he's doing his best, you know, to enjoy it. And he actually looks like he's genuinely enjoying this MV. Nice set. I'm questioning whether their clothing is correct though. And I might be judgmental here, but it's just that everything is quite white, and we know that we have the black on the floor, but the amount of black on them is just very minimal, you know, compared to the floor. It would maybe be nice if there was maybe a 50-50, you know, like some people wore like black pants and some of them wore black tops, and then vice versa to the white counterparts, but it would just allow them to be a little bit more visible in the shot. At the moment, I'm just thinking it's just too bland when it comes to the colors. Like for some reason, I'm looking more at the back because it's just a little bit more detail to it, while the people in the front are visible, but they just don't stand out hard enough. Nothing pops. Like my focus is literally here on these beams. I don't know why, but it's most likely that it's just that they're not just visible enough. You know, you're only watching this video at a time, and most of you guys don't even pause it. I'm curious, like if you watch the segment, do you watch them or do you actually watch the outside? There's something about it that just doesn't really match. For example, here they are really visible because they're contrasting to the background. You know, the background is a little bit of a warm brown. Yeah, it's darker still, but they are wearing even something darker than the background, which makes them stand out. Or here, he's wearing a little bit of white or something that's quite shiny, and it stands out from the background. Much better compensated? No, much better put together. Nice transition. Who is this girl? She's like a girl that no one wants to be, you know, like she seems like that girl that's just hitting on everyone, you know, when you're in school, and it just makes you feel very insecure because I don't know what the point of the story is, but it feels as if this girl is just hopping from one member to the other. If you do know the story or the lore behind this MV, please put it in the comments. I would love to see what the story actually is. And I prefer to look at it with you guys than actually watching it with or looking it up on Wikipedia. Yeah, there is really something that's a bit weird about this MV, especially when it comes to some of the sets that are just, they look really awkward. But on top of that, for example, here, all of a sudden the camera nicks down and it nicks up again. It's so weird because my eyes need to adjust as well, you know, it's focusing on the members, but then my eyes just basically do this. It's just making me a little bit seasick by the amount of times that it actually happens. Especially weird because, and it is actually weird because the rest of it is very smooth. Like, why did they go with this rough option? Like, look how smooth the rest is. Really nice. And now she killed someone. Is she supposed to be the definition of lust? Please, someone explain it to me. And here, for example, the background is just so much more clearer, purely because he's wearing contrasting colors and his hair is just much better color graded. His skin tones are beautiful and he actually stands out from the background. Of course, the blur actually helps here, but it's also what he's wearing. He stands out from what we see. This is what I think is just good. The rest of it in that other room that is completely white, it's questionable. It's a really weird style of choice. I don't know why, but I'm getting this really weird vibe from this MV. Like, there's a cherry, like, is she popping her cherry? What does it mean? Again, if you know it, put it in the comments below. I'm getting these really weird vibes from this woman. She's haunting me. I think she's going to be haunting me tonight. And then here as well, what was that? Was that like a hole that she's looking through, like a peek hole or a peephole? Like, if it is, it would make sense to the MV, but maybe they're going to explain this. I hope so, at least, purely because I want to know what this girl is. It seems as if they are maybe her fascination? I don't know. I'm just analyzing it with you guys, you know? Nice. Like, these shots are really cool. There are just some of them that I think are just really weak. I'm gonna go back again. It seems a bit awkward now that the storytelling here is a warm tone. Why did they not just make a clear difference between the warm tones and the cold tones? Making the warm tones, maybe that's purely music related, dance related, while the cold tones are just story related. And it's a shame that they just didn't mix it up here nicely, because I'm now getting a little bit confused between all the stories. Like, what's the difference between the warm tones and the cold tones? It seems they just randomized it, not really understanding the point here. The rest of it is okay though. You know, this is literally not my most favorite MV, especially from that era of 2002, 2010, whatever, the early ages. But for what it is, it's I hope they got better. We need to analyze maybe one of their latest videos. Oh, she's gonna kill him, man. Don't look at her. You're gonna die, man. What are you doing? Is he dead? Oh. Wait, what is happening in this MV? I really am lost with the entire story. Oh yeah, I knew it. It was a peephole and I didn't even see the end yet. That is gonna give me plus points there, guys. Give me a like purely for seeing that. I don't know, there are these weird eerie feelings that I'm getting from this MV that are trying to make me feel uncomfortable. I just don't know what it actually is. But it really seems as if BTOB is having a good time here. The choreography is top notch. It's sadly the truth that, in my opinion, again, this is all just based on what's in my head, but it seems as if the video team that made this video just didn't really do a good job here in allowing to make the video as good as possible. Really weird shakes. Whoever designed some of the rooms, some of the aesthetics, really just did a good clean job when it comes to actually making sure that it looks real. It's a real shame, I think, and I wish that they actually cleaned it up a little bit, trying to make it a little bit better. It's you know, it's nearly there, but there are just too many weird inconsistencies that just don't add anything to the MV. What were they thinking when making this? I don't know. Is this maybe one of their first videos and they were just going to go with it? Like, who edited it? Who did the color grade? It's so many weird elements that I would just think is crap. But there is also so many good elements that makes me want to say, damn, this is actually really good. And that is that feeling that I'm getting as if this woman is some sort of ghost, as if she's about to kill people and then all of a sudden she disappears. Really, really weird. It seems as if they're just trying to mimic the idea that they're showing the emotions that people are going through, but really weird. Really, really a weird MV. No idea what it's about. I am confused about it. I still say that if the MV cannot show the story clearly, it failed. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's a good MV or not? I want to hear that from you as well in the comments below. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this really awkward video of me watching BTOB with Bone. And of course, if you want to see more and you want to support the channel, all you have to do is make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll just say I will see you on the next MV.